Where in the universe are Thrawn and Ezra after Star Wars Rebels Season 4? It's hard to say, but we do know that they both survived thanks to Dave Filoni on Rebels Recon. In a previous video, I suggested they would head to the unknown regions and be rescued by the Chiss Ascendancy. But today, I'm sharing some fantastic community ideas on the subject. And first up here is Michaela Stroller, and she states in the comments, I think that Thrawn and Ezra will be stranded somewhere in the unknown regions. At that time, I believe that Thrawn will tell Ezra about his mission from the Chiss Ascendancy and may even make the same offer he did with Eli Vanto. I think that Thrawn makes this offer because he knows how useful a Jedi could be to the Chiss, and I believe Ezra will accept because he wants to protect his people and others from the threat in the unknown regions. From there, I think Thrawn will take one of two ways. He will return to the Empire and lie about Ezra's death so no one will look for him, and will carry out the events of Thrawn Alliances, the new novel that's coming out. Option number 2, this is when he leaves the Empire for good because he knows how weak they are after the events of the Death Star being blown up, and will leave the Emperor to believe that both he and Ezra are dead. That's some interesting ideas there, Michaela. I really like the idea of how Thrawn Alliances could be explaining what happens to Thrawn and Ezra. I did in a previous video suggest that it might be sort of like a Season 5, but I like your angle on that. Very cool. But let's move on to Greg Dennison. He also states in the comments, I'd much rather just see Ezra change Thrawn's mind about the Empire, which I'd hope wouldn't be too difficult after Ezra's display of power on Lothal. The Bendu even called it his defeat, suggesting he doesn't return, at least in the same way. Then we could see Ezra and Thrawn join together to survive. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Greg, especially how the Bendu sort of got in Thrawn's mind. He may decide that it's a good idea to move on from the Empire at this point. But up next here, we have I Am a Cabbage, longtime supporter of the channel. He states, part of me is wondering if the Thrawn Alliances book is going to be split into two. The first half could be snippets from the end of the Thrawn book up until the end of Rebels. Then the second half could be a continuation from the end of Rebels. Yeah, I really like this idea, I Am Cabbage. He goes on to state, maybe not a perfect 50-50 since half a book covering Thrawn's point of view and a story we've already seen would be a waste, but it would be cool to see Ezra portrayed in a different perspective. Personally, I think they are in the unknown regions and that they are likely either to end up on the Chiss world or appear near enough one that they will get rescued. Another theory crafting comment from Sirith Jones is, but it's quite cool to think that they've been trapped on the ship floating through uncharted space with no means of escape or finding their way home. It's quite possible the ship has shuttles, and if they came across a planet with a breathable atmosphere, they could escape and seek refuge on that planet. They'd live their lives like castaways on this unknown, unpopulated planet. I really like this idea. It would be interesting, and it sort of reminds me of how we first meet Thrawn and how he has sort of cast away himself on a planet. It'd be interesting to see him and Ezra working together, especially where Ezra can communicate with animals. I really like that idea. But moving on to our next commenter, Turkland TV, again another longtime supporter of the channel. He says, I doubt that Ezra and Thrawn will be anywhere near the unknown regions since the two started their travel on the other side of the galaxy. They will most likely end up on a planet we've never seen before. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'll have to definitely review my star charts and see how plausible that is, but I suppose the Purgle could end up just about anywhere. And another theory crafting Jedi who shared his comments is KZ Bernaboo, and he or she states, I think that Ezra and Thrawn will end up in the unknown regions where they may come in contact with the Chiss Ascendancy and perhaps assist them in their efforts to stave off the vague threat of evil. If the 7th Fleet has all ended up in the similar location, they might repair the damage done by the Purgles and become an independent force, much like the Empire of the Hand. Yeah, that's a very interesting point there, KZ. Thrawn and Ezra are pretty persuasive people, so they might be able to persuade some of the Imperials to follow them, and they could maybe cast away the rest of them on a planet. Cool idea. I like it. Thanks to everyone who shared their theory crafting ideas. And if you're new here, I'm Mike, and my goal here at Force Within TV is to encourage you to share your Star Wars theories just like I did in this video. You can do that by commenting on my channel or creating your own videos or blog posts. Either way, we'll make this an even better community to be part of. So let's get started with today's question. Are you excited about the new Forces of Destiny shorts coming out this week? Let me know in the comments below. And I just wanted to let everyone know that official Bossk himself has been doing an amazing job helping out with editing in the channel, so why not go check out his channel? And remember, my fellow theory crafting Jedi, use the Force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place. Share your thoughts and theories and encourage those who do the same.